Have you ever wondered what goes into building the race cars or pipe welding that goes into everything in America? Then you would have to know about TIG welding. I have been TIG welding for about 5 years, and I've spent a lot of time researching and taking classes on how to learn the trade. It is used in almost every industry that involves metal and has played a large role in America's development. And I will be talking about the equipment, the history, and applications of the TIG process today. So the equipment you will need starts with a burn jacket, and it has to be non-flammable, and it has to shield you from the harmful rays that the welding arc produces. And second, you have to have a welding helmet, and that'll protect you from flash burn or burning your eyes. And it has to be at least a shade 9, and they go darker if you want them to. The different brands of welding helmets you can get are Miller, Lincoln, Speedglass, Lincoln, Aesop, and there's many more. The components that go into TIG welding, you can either get a manual TIG machine where you adjust the amperage with a foot pedal or a hand control, and that adjusts your heat you put into the metal. And you can get a scratch start or lift arc, and that means you're at a set amperage when you initiate the arc to start welding. And that information came from millerwelds.com. The torch is this little thing right here. It contains your tungsten electrode. There's many different types of tungsten electrodes with the different metals you'll be welding. There's a collet body that flows the gas, the shielding gas through the torch and out the gas nozzle. There's a collet which holds the tungsten in the torch. There's your gas nozzle that acts as a shielding so the atmosphere doesn't get into the weld puddle and contaminate it. Then you got your back cap, which tightens the tungsten inside the torch. And now that you know what equipment is needed, it is good to know some background info on the TIG process. The origins of the process dates back to the 1940s. Russell Meredith invented TIG welding in 1941. And he said, "My invention relates to welding magnesium and its alloys, so relatively low melting point materials may be welded with an electric arc." And he originally invented it to produce lightweight airplane parts. And in 1942, a man named Lind bought the TIG patent and named it Heliarc. And he also used it for car manufacturing, and he bought it because he could put more money and time into developing the process. And now that we know some more background information, it's good to know the various current applications. And some current applications are like sanitary applications, so pipelines, breweries, medical fields, and there's obviously cars, race car parts. NASCAR is a big part of TIG, it has a lot to do with TIG welding. Any structural welding, aerospace, and pretty much any pipeline you could put in. And so now you have some knowledge of the equipment, history, and applications of the TIG process. And even though it is only one of the many welding processes, it plays a huge role in building the world that we live in. And that's